So, welcome to our next lecture on architectures of AI systems. Today, we are going to have the first demo session, which will introduce you with some practical guidelines on how to implement different examples I prepared for you in my course materials. We are going to start with some very basic setup. We are going to prepare yourself for virtual environment management, which is very important in coding practices. The general idea behind is that for each project you are going to work on, I strongly recommend you to create a separate virtual environment because in many different projects we are going to use different libraries which has many different dependencies on the other libraries with different versions, and in order to cope with those very complicated interdependencies, you need to make your working environments, as clean as it's possible. In order to manage this, there are many different solutions. I'm gonna show you Miniconda, which is one of the most popular. You may also like virtualenv from Linux, or Poetry, which is also very popular nowadays. For example, because of its very good connections to Docker. Yes, but we're going to use quite simple solution, Miniconda, and we'll start with that. And in this lesson, I will show you some basics on how to install Miniconda and how to work with your first basic environments for this course. So the first step you should do is to install Miniconda. I recommend you to install not Anaconda, which is a huge environment including IDE, but only Miniconda because of many reasons. It's quite straightforward to install it on Mac or on Linux, but for example on Windows, you need to be very careful with that, specifically installed in the directory where there are no spaces, because it may no spaces in the name, because it may cause different problems. I'm not gonna go through this installation process because it's quite well explained in those tutorials which you can see on this websites. I assume that you have it already installed, that you have added this to your shell path, so it's possible to run the conda. And now if you look at my example, my terminal, at the moment I have a basic conda environment activated. Let me give you some basic examples. So first example is to create a new environment for in our computer. So let me type a simple command for this. Conda create a -n stands for minus name, and I will create the environment named AC, which is the name of our course. And I will also add the option here for Python 3.10. So that's gonna be the basic Python in this environment. So let's do it now. So the next step, the environment is already installed, but as you can see, I am already in my active environment, which is the base one. So let me activate this environment to enter it. Okay, so we are here. So the first next command is conda list. So that command will list all the libraries which are already installed within this environment. As you can see, with Python 3.10 we already have some installed. These are the libraries, and these are the versions of these libraries. Now imagine that you would like to add a new environment for this. You can use either conda install or just use pip install. which is used for Python packages. Once again, Conda may install for you different libraries like Java, etc. Pip is only for the Python libraries. So imagine that in my project I will need, for example, I would say scikit-learn. So let's type it that way. And as you can see, it works. And now, let's wait a sec. If I list all the environments here, as you can see, I have NumPy installed and SciPy, scikit-learn, so I have new libraries. So this is the first step. Next, you may want to deactivate the given environment, or just simply look what are the different environments installed. So let's start with deactivation. So conda deactivate comes back to the basic environment. Next, I can get also the list of all the environments in my system. So I do it in that way, conda -e. As you can see, I have only 3 environments. It's quite a clean computer. So this is the first option, which might be interesting for you. And another may be simple to remove a given environment. So now let's try to remove. I need to point the name. So I remove, for example, this multimedia environment with the parameter all. So I remove all the packages from this environment, and now it's being removed. Okay, so let's check now the list, and as you can see, the environment is removed. So these are the basic operations on environments. If you'd like to learn more on this, this is a very nice Conda cheat sheet on the internet. So you can browse for such a cheat sheets and find them. This is my favorite because it gives you some Conda basics, using environments, finding Conda packages, installing and updated packages, managing multiple versions of Python, etc., etc. So that's, I think, it's a good start for you to work with this course specifically, and maybe helpful for you in your later projects. So thank you very much. Give it a try and good luck. Thanks a lot.